Hello, and welcome back to Raids with Randoms. I see yet another Araquanid player with, a couple of other water Pokemon, Water Fighting and Water Dark, both good. Now, the last two Araquanid I saw did not use entrainment to wipe the ability out. And I don't really like that, but I can't necessarily say that, people aren't using it. So I think this time I'm actually going to go ahead and double up in the Samurott with the other Samurott user, because chances are we're both using Razor Shell, both of those defense debuff chances, 50% debuff per hit, or 50% chance to debuff per hit of Razor Shell, on top of, having Rain Dance. Although before I go and opt to use Rain Dance myself, I should probably gauge who takes the Ruination, what other attacks come out. I'm going to go ahead and hold for a second, because Rain Dance doesn't need to worry about the shield going up first or not. Jet Squid, huh, a nice name. I actually like that name. Although that is the player name, not the Pokemon name. All right, so we got that. We got Ruination going off into the other Samurott. All right, that's not too bad. If they got Shell Bell. Now, there is a Rain Dance going off. There is Liquidation and no Skill Swap, which means we are suffering the Special Defense debuff. But if I go ahead and get my, my Focus Energy up, we can go ahead and start taking advantage of high critical hit ratio plus defense debuffs. And if we get just a couple of defense debuffs, I will gladly swap to Aqua Cutter for that probably near guaranteed critical hit chance. There we go. I landed one crit already. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and run the Turbo Controller to launch my attack as quickly as I can. Shell Bell keeping my health up. Even through the shield, the Shell Bell is doing plenty of healing with my damage output. On top of Liquidation also having a 20% chance to cause defense debuffs, that is a lot of debuff chance going into Chi-Yu that, quite frankly, is just outright amazing. There's the stat wipe on itself, which is absolutely fine. Like, at this point, we're just clicking the raids so fast, nobody even needs to terastallize. That's... Somebody's terastallizing, but really that's just going to go ahead and take longer for the attack animation to play out. At this point, you might as well just attack. Sure enough, a squad of 4 water moves, much like how with Ting Lu, so many people were running grass because of Arboliva's grassy terrain sets and the Superior's Leaf Storm strategies. They just worked really well together, especially because, everybody was kind of on the same page with that. With this one, people are using a lot of different Pokemon, but it's a lot of water Pokemon, so everything is benefiting from the rain, everything is benefiting from, water bubble abilities. I did end up in a raid once where somebody was using a Araquanid, and they started using Water Bubble on each of their allies that also had Water-type attacks going out, which was pretty incredible.